Hello everyone, welcome to Diademy IAS. Today we are going to discuss some tips and tricks and strategies regarding with the English literature optional preparation for 2026. Now this is a time for optional preparation, specifically from June, July to December. And after that, January onwards, generally we will start the prelims preparation intensely. So here I would like to share some strategy for the preparation of English literature optional for UPSC Civil Services 2026 examination. So here I am giving some strategy how can we approach this paper and how can we handle the material notes and how to make content and all this and how to read the text and all these details I would like to share. So let's discuss one by one. So let's start with syllabus. You know that comparing with other optional paper, the English literature syllabus comparatively is very short. But the syllabus is short, but at the same time, some works are very lengthy. That is a contradictory concept. That means, that means we have some poems, Paradise Lost, Rape of the Lock, and we have novels. So when we take optional syllabus, English literature optional syllabus is comparatively very short, but some text and some works are very lengthy. So how can we analyze the syllabus of English literature optional? Actually, the syllabus we can split like this. We have poem, novel, drama. Actually, these are the three important split up of the syllabus. We have the 56 plus, around 56 poems are there in syllabus. And we have novels, 14 novels in syllabus. And we have 5 drama. So actually these are the split up of syllabus in optional English literature optional syllabus. Now let's discuss about how to handle this different syllabus topic, poem, novels, drama. Sorry. So here the syllabus in case of poems, we have 2 sections. That is paper 1 and paper 2. So here paper 1, how can we understand about the syllabus in poem section? I know that you already read the syllabus, and here how can we analyze the syllabus in paper 1 and paper 2? So the beginning time I already mentioned that some poems are very lengthier comparatively when we take other sections like novels and drama. Specifically the paper 1, we have the lengthier poems like Paradise Lost, Rape of the Lock, In Memoriam, Michael. These type of poem are there, the very lengthy poem. But in case of paper 2, almost all poems are very short. W. H. Auden, W. B. Yeats, T. S. Eliot. So most of the poems are very short. And novel, again we can split the novel into 2. In the paper 1, we have 7 novels, and in paper 2, we have 7 novels. Okay, so these are the split up of 2 novel sections. Paper 1 7 and paper 2 7. These are the split up of novels. And in section of drama, again we can divide drama in paper 1 and paper 2. How can we analyze paper 1 and paper 2? So here in paper 1 we have 3 dramas, and in paper 2 we have 2 drama. So this is the split up of the syllabus: poems, novels, and drama. And besides this, we have some movements part there, literary movements. That means, what is literary movements in UPSC syllabus? That means some historic background of English literature. So that we have to discuss now. The second one I would like to share about literary movements. Actually, from this we have to frame a strategy. Okay, literary movements. Just like other areas, poems, novel, drama, the literary movements also has two divisions: paper 1 and paper 2. In paper 1 and paper 2, actually the syllabus itself is split into the old English to the modern time. So that's what in the paper 1 section, it is start from Renaissance period. Okay, so in paper 1 section, literary movement starts from Renaissance period. Actually, we know that in English literature, actually the history starts from what? From where? Actually, the history starts from the period of Anglo-Saxon itself, right? Anglo-Saxon period. But in syllabus, we have only Renaissance period onwards. So that's what the important point you have to understand. But before that, you can just go through the any one textbook. That means, history of English literature. Any textbook you can prefer. So from that perspective, you will get an idea about the history of English literature from the Anglo-Saxon period onwards. So in syllabus, from Renaissance period to the Victorian era is mentioned. So in paper 1, the syllabus starts from, the literary movement syllabus starts from Renaissance to Victorian period. And in paper 2, in case of paper 2, how can we, that is, the syllabus starts from modernism to the modernism to the postmodern period, that is the 20th century literature. Modernism, postmodernism, postcolonialism. So these are the split up of literary movement in paper 2. So this is what the first section we have to understand about the syllabus. So we have paper 1, a list of literary movement are there, and in paper 2 also we have a list of literary movement. And the next section is, we have to connect with this literary movement with the works. So that is another important strategy I would like to share here. That means, first you have to read Renaissance. Okay, after completing the Renaissance topic, that is what is the history of Renaissance, what are the main features of Renaissance, that means, like humanism, individualism, the classical references, all these. So just go through the topic Renaissance, and after that you have to read what? King Lear, Tempest. Okay, bought this drama in paper 1 section A by William Shakespeare. So in this way, UPSC connected the syllabus. There will be a moment, and read the moment or the historic background of that particular time and connect with that moment with the work. So this is what the Renaissance period, the strategy you can follow. And also after Renaissance, any other movements also mentioned. Renaissance, after Renaissance, we have Elizabethan period. Okay, we have Elizabethan period. And after that, we have Jacobean drama. Okay, Renaissance, Elizabethan period, Jacobean drama. Then after that, we have metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical poetry. And after that, we have epic and mock epic. And after that, we have satire, then romantic period, then after that, Victorian literature. So like that. So I am giving the list of literary movement in paper 1 and how we have to start preparation based on this. Actually, I would like to share that these list of literary movements and the historic background you have to study well. So that is the first important strategy you have to take to prepare English literature optional. That is Elizabethan period. We already said Renaissance period. The syllabus starts from Renaissance period. Okay, and after that Elizabethan. So actually these three sections, Renaissance, Elizabethan and Jacobean, these three sections are we have to prepare together. It's not independent area. Actually you have to study Renaissance, Jacobean drama and Elizabethan period. And after that you have to read William Shakespeare, Tempest, King Lear. Because this drama is connected with this period. You know that? Why? The Renaissance period means Shakespearean, there is a Shakespearean role. And Elizabethan period is generally we can say that Elizabethan period means Shakespearean period. Actually, William Shakespeare and his role is mentioned in Elizabethan time. And Jacobean drama. And we can say that, the Shakespeare's role we can see in Jacobean period as well. Actually, this starts from the Renaissance or starts from the Elizabethan period, and William Shakespeare reached in his peak in the Jacobean, the James I period. So you have to read all these three sections, and after that you can start King Lear and Tempest. And when you start reading this text, the core text, connect with these dramas with this period. That means, every literary work is the reflection of the period. What happened in that period and what are the main events there, what are the important features of that period, all these are mentioned there. So you have to connect this with connect with this literary work with the moment or the historic background. So that's very important. So this is a strategy I would like to share you have to follow. Then after that we have metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical poetry, what is metaphysical poetry? We know that metaphysical poetry is a style of literary work. It's also came in the Renaissance period. That is a different style of writing. That is, John Donne is the father of metaphysical poetry or the founder of metaphysical poetry. And a lot of other, Henry Vaughan, Herbert, the different writers are there in that group. Actually, mainly the 5 important writers came in this metaphysical poetry genre or poetry style. Then after that, you have to read thoroughly about what is metaphysical poetry. And after that, you have to read John Donne's 5 poems. In UPSC syllabus, we have 5 poems from John Donne. That is Relic, the relic canonization, death be not proud, then what? To his mistress going to bed. Like the 5 poems are there from John Donne. So you have to prepare that first. So before reading John Donne, you have to read what is metaphysical poetry, what is metaphysical conceits, and what are the technique used in metaphysical period, and how they represented the concept of love, death, immortality, all these, salvation. So this type of concept we have to understand from the metaphysical poetry, the metaphysical perspective. So after that you have to read John Donne. Then next one is epic and mock epic. Again you have to connect this literary movement or the historic background to the works mentioned in UPSC syllabus. How can we connect this? For epic, we have to study what is epic, what are the features of epic, what are the important content in epic. So all this you have to study. And after that you have to read John Milton. After that you have to read John Milton. That means Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost. We have Paradise Lost. 4 books are there in syllabus. Book 1, Book 2, Book 4 and Book 9. There are 4 books are there in syllabus. So after reading epic, you have to read John Milton. And here also we have another work, that is mock epic. Okay. So mock epic section, what is we have to read about what is mock epic. Then after completing that topic and historic background of mock epic and all, you can go through the Alexander Pope works in the syllabus. That is Rape of the Lock. The Rape of the Lock. Okay. So this is a strategy you have to follow. Again, in the next section, we have romantic period in syllabus. So you have to read about all about romanticism. What is romanticism? What is romantic period? What are romantic writers? William Wordsworth, Keats, Shelley, like that. And what are the common features of romanticism? What are the important features they used? What are the general features in romantic literary works? And how they wrote this work, and what was the intention of this type of writing? All this you have to understand. And after that, after reading this romantic period, you have to read William Wordsworth in syllabus. You have to read William Wordsworth. Okay, we have 9 poems from William Wordsworth in syllabus, like Tintin Abbey, then The World is Too Much with Us, then 3 years she grew, sun and shower, She dwelt among the untrodden ways, Leech Gatherer, Michael, like uh, like 9 poems in syllabus. So that is the next one. Now the poem section is finished. Actually, these are the these are the poems in paper 1. In paper 1, we have 4 writers' poems only. One is Alexander Pope, Rape of the Lock. Another is John Milton, Paradise Lost. John Donne, 5 poems, metaphysical poetry. And William Wordsworth, 9 poems. These are the 4 important poets. And also we have one more writer, that is In Memoriam. In Memoriam is also there in syllabus, In Memoriam. So this is a strategy. And after that, we discussed about drama of William Shakespeare. That is, Tempest and King Lear. And besides this, there is another one more drama there, that is a doll's house in paper 1. A doll's house. Actually, doll's house is a Victorian play, Victorian drama. So in paper 1, we can see the two important topic in the literary movement, the rise of the novel and the Victorian period. Both these topics are connected. I didn't mention here, but here I mentioned Victorian period. So after reading this, you can go to the drama A Doll's House. Because A Doll's House is a Victorian drama by Henry Gibson. And that drama depicts about how the Victorian society functions, how the people in that time lived, what was the condition of women in that time, how women is treated. So this is what the Victorian literary category, and here we can see how Victorian period and how it connect with the play A Doll's House. So this is what the strategy you have to follow in the English literature optional preparation. Now we just covered about paper 1. The same strategy you can follow in paper 2. Okay, I hope you understood about how to approach the English literature optional syllabus, how to approach the English literature preparation, and what are the strategies you can follow. Okay, next we can discuss paper 2. Next we can discuss about paper 2 of English literature optional. Okay. Paper 2 similarly in the paper 1, like a paper 1, in paper 2 also we have a list of movements like modernism, then Marxian approach of literature, feminism, all these are there. Feministic approach of literature, stream of consciousness, all these are there. Okay, modernism, feminist approach of literature, stream of consciousness, all these are also there in the syllabus paper 2. So this is what the same strategy you have to follow. For the stream of consciousness, you can connect with Mrs. Dalloway. Okay, this way of preparation you have to follow. The modernism, we can connect with the poet. Lot of poets are there. W. Beat's poem, W. H. Auden. All these are then this type of strategy you have to follow in the paper 2 section as well. So whatever we discuss in paper 1, the same strategy you can follow in paper 2. You can connect with the movement and the work. And here for example in paper 2, I'm easily you can easily in paper 2 we have absurd drama. Absurd drama is a literary movement in paper 2 section. And you can connect this absurd drama with, the drama mentioned in the syllabus undoubtedly. Okay. So the next one is, we already said stream of consciousness, postmodernism. Like that, please connect with the literary movement with the drama. Please connect the literary movement with poem. Okay. So this is what the strategy. And next we can discuss about the novel. So we discussed about how we have to approach the poem section, syllabus section. But in novel section, I want to share that in novels generally we have to read the core text. Okay, we have to read the core text. We have to read the core text. Actually, it's not only about novel. We have to read the core text of poem. We have to read the core text of drama. All we have to read, okay? But Here in novel section, the analysis is more important. For example, stream of consciousness technique, how it is used in that particular novel, and in which are the contexts this stream of consciousness concept is applied. And so this is type of strategy you have to follow. Okay, so the core text for novels, and we already said we have 7 novels in paper 1 and 7 novels in paper 2. The same approach you can follow. For example, Kandhapura. If we take the example Kandhapura, so we have to analyze that what is the peculiarity of Kandhapura, the novel. I'm not saying about the story or the summary of the novel. I'm trying to convey that we have to analyze the overall theme of the novel with the help of some keywords. For nationalism, freedom struggle, all these are there. Gandhian philosophy, then ahimsa, satyagraha, because like different concepts are there in the novel. So in this way we have to approach the novel like one by one. Another novel, we can take another example. For example, Tom Jones, alienation, then lack of identity issues, then childhood experiences, childhood trauma, all these we can. Then A House for Mr. Bishwas, another novel in the section syllabus paper 2. We can see that A House for Mr. Bishwas is the best example for what? The very best example for the seeking the identity. Like the novel reflects about a typical Indian society and the representation of the every Indian. That means we are struggling to convince others. That means autonomy, identity. House is a symbol of autonomy. So like that, the different context and theme there. So this type of strategy you have to follow. So the same in paper 1 and paper 2, you have to follow the main strategy. All these are the important point I would like to share. And after that, I would like to share something about note making as well. So when you read a novel, poem or drama, whatever, I suggest you have to make some keywords. I suggest you can elaborate your answer with the help of this keyword. That means, for example, William Wordsworth. Okay, William Wordsworth. So what are the common theme of Wordsworth poem? We can say that childhood, nostalgia, nature, immortality, cherished memory, etc. Okay, so like this, after reading the entire poem or after reading Wordsworth work, you have to make your own some keywords. That means that keyword will help you to elaborate the lengthy answer. Actually all these are the keywords. For example, I am explaining these keywords: childhood, nostalgia, nature, immortality, because these are the common features in almost all poems in Wordsworth list, in the syllabus and in general. So you have to approach your notes, you have to approach your strategy in note making like this only. So every writer like this, every writer, you can take Shakespeare, Henry Gibson, you can take then Raja Rao, any writer in the any genre, novel, poem, drama, whatever, you have to make your own keywords. Based on that, you can elaborate the answers. You can write a 10 marker, 15 marker and 20 marker with the help of this keyword. So this is what the strategy I wanted to share with you, and I hope you understood about what is the strategy, what are the technique we have to follow in English literature optional preparation for 2026 examination. Thank you.